This is called the Stanford Prison Experiment.
Yeah.
What happened was a college professor in 1971 wanted to do an experiment on what it was like for the prison mentality and the guard mentality with labeling groups of people a prisoner or a guard. So they set up, they actually got a basement in a building. They put a newspaper article out saying, hey, they were advertising $15 a day. You can set up for a 2-week experiment. And we're gonna randomly pick 10 officers to be prison guards and 10 inmates to be prison inmates. And they got like 70 people, but I think they only picked like 20 out of the 70 people because they tried to do like psychological tests and what they had going on in their life. They didn't want any fragile minds because they were trying to make a real prison setting, like an oppressive setting for real. They put like locks and chains around. They had real officers. Lock them. Yeah, lock them up. Like arrest them.
To the police car.
Put them in the cop car.
Do booking and intake.
Yeah.
But instead of going to the real jail, you go into this Stanford University basement cellar prison experiment in Stanford, and once they did that, shit got real. Because like you said, it was all about to see the effect of role playing and labeling in today's society, which is back in 1971, but still relevant to today.
Yeah.
So you got these mock inmates and these mock guards. So off rip, the mock inmates took the label at inmates and started doing what they thought inmates supposed to do from watching TV and the rest of this nonsense. So they start off rip, rebelling, causing riots, doing this turn, going ham, cause like, yo, we inmates, fuck it is what it is. And on return, the guards.
That's on the second day they turn up.
This just started.
The second day the inmates turn up.
So they just playing around. I feel like they having fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, just hang out and wild out. But in return, the mock guards was like, hey, we got to figure something out. So they had like a reward and discipline system that they came up with. And then put like some inmates in a better room.
Yeah, it was 3 rooms. So they kind of had it evenly dispersed as much as they could. But after they started bucking, it was like, yo, we need to make one room for the terrible inmates.
So it was put down like in the fucked up room. They
the middle room for the mediocre inmates.
Custody, pretty much.
And the well-behaved inmates, they'll get TV. We'll always feed them first. They can take the showers first, etc., right? They were treated way better than, but it was less of them than it was bad inmates. So they had majority of the inmates in the bad spot, because they wanted to be turning wild. So the guards were like, well, fuck it, it's time to really get nuts. So the guards start terrorizing these bad inmates and let them know, like, hey, we are in control. We have power. And the terrorizing got so bad over time. Take it back. Over a short period of time. 4 days.
4 days. They got this role playing that these mock guards like, hey, we're in control. They was terrorizing and torturing and pretty much really treating these mock inmates like how we really get treated in prison in real life, you know what I'm saying? That the dude, not Zim Barbaro himself. Three guys had to be released. Yeah, they had to be released.
In the first 4 days, 3 of the inmates was like, hey, take me home, I don't want to be here. They was crying, like boo-hoo, snot, tears coming out. They was crying. They was depressed, disoriented. It messed them up.
And the whole time, Zimbardo, whatever his name wanted to be, the dude who started the whole experiment. Professor actually sitting back and watching this stuff on camera. Then he had invited another professor in to come watch, and the other professor was just like, yo, bro, you can't be doing this. These inmates is depressed, they disoriented, they violently getting hurt by these guards. They like found butt naked?
Bruh, the guards, to punish the extreme bad ones, was making them strip down butt boom, bruh, and do physical activities. Like push-ups, butt ass naked, bro. They had to do push-ups, had to put their back on the wall. They had all types of crazy stuff, bro.
Yeah, so dude was like, bro, you can't do this.
Yeah.
How can you sit here and watch this? So after what, 4 days? It's supposed to be a 2-week experience.
It lasted 6 days altogether.
Total of 6 days. Said, well, we have to shut this down because this role playing got so far to these mock guards' head that they were terrorizing these mock inmates. And this is what really happened in the prison system on a real scale. You hire these guards, then they get these roles and they get this power struggle, and this is how they really treat inmates. We've been there, we know this. And it's crazy, but my favorite part of the study was the whole labeling theory.
This is extremely important because for the rest of our lives, we're labeled as convicted felons.
Yes.
And this is why part of our recidivism rate in the United States of America is so high.
Ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
Because everywhere we go, if you know who I am or anything about my past, you already think I ain't shit. Off rip. You already look at me like I'm below the earth, like I'm just scum, I'm dirt. It came with jobs, it comes with anything you have to, bruh, even some of the business stuff that we had to file out, they want your personal information on some of the contracts we would get for the transportation company we had, you feel me? And they were like, they looked at it and was like, no.
Yeah, and like, you know what I'm saying? During the experiment, the other professor, I can't think of his name, but it was also others after him, not Zimbardo himself, but the other guys, they came in and they really took a thing for this labeling experience, labeling theory, and started doing more research on it, more experiments on it, and they finally started saying like, yo, this is a real thing, you know what I'm saying? Back to the first experiment, we labeled these guards, they start acting like guards for real. We labeled these guys inmates, they started immediately acting like inmates. So once you catch that label as a convicted felon or criminal and stuff like that, they say over time, whether you was that or not, you start taking this label and start moving in that manner. And they did the research, say this is true stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's why the recidivism rate is really high, because we are labeled as convicted felons. And we're treated as convicted felons. This man telling you about when he tried to open his business, which he did do it, no try, he made it happen. When he was opening his business, he had to go through all this extra stuff because he was a convicted felon.
And think about it, like, I'm not even doing nothing in my personal name. I'm doing everything in the business. Even if you start a business today, it don't have no history.
Yeah.
It was born today.
Yeah.
So why would you want any personal information? But because whatever reason, some companies still make you do background checks. Even if you're 1099 or just self-employed, even if you don't have your own business, you know what I'm saying? They'll do background checks, bro.
And they got these prison systems in Florida labeled as correctional facilities where they're not correcting shit. All it is just a fucking breeding ground to breed more criminal behavior, you know what I'm saying? So when you get out here, our back already against the wall. We learned nothing, they gave us nothing, we were just pretty much treated like nothing. So now we come out here into this world and we're just supposedly automatically just get it right. It ain't that easy. We're looked down upon, we're treated like criminals, you know what I'm saying? So it just make it 10 times harder, and that's why I really like that labeling theory thing, because it really resonates with me, the label we give it. And it really take a strong mind in a support system, make you understand like, no bro, this is really ain't what it is, you know what I'm saying?
But majority of people don't even have that.
They don't have
majority
that
of people already in the prison system come from broken families.
Yes.
That there's no support, there's no financial stability, there's nothing to help them when they get out there on their own type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But they have a movie on this. What was the movie called?
One was made in 2010 called The Experiment, and then in 2015 it's actually called The Stanford Prison Experiment.
Like they actually have the movie. You can just Google and go through the documents yourself if you ever get time to. But this is like a real experiment where the officers and the inmates, all college students, got paid. Another crazy thing is that these were college students. So in real prison, we know that there is a short staff of guards.
Big time.
They're short staffed. So they hire 18-year-olds straight out of high school, no psychological test being done. They do a physical test, but we know that's BS because the guards that they're hired,
I believe it,
you know what I'm saying, ate the blueberry bubble gum on the Walker factory, you know what I'm saying? So,
but really think about that though, within 6 days, these mock guards got this power struggle and role playing so much in the head, and the type of torture and punishment they gave to these mock inmates. So think about these real guards coming fresh out of high school, given this type of lame power, and how they really treat people in prison.
and guess what? The warden, the psychology professor,
Zimbabwe.
he already told them you can't physically touch them.
They couldn't help it.
They don't tell that to these officers. You can't physically touch them. Guess what? In the written conduct, an officer ain't even supposed to cuss at you because it can create a riot. Cussing at inmates. It's in their handbook. Do you think those officers abide by their own handbooks? Fuck no, man.
That is facts. That is facts.
Hell nah. Them officers be turned. Cause their motto is painted at every camp you go to. It's like, together we stand, divided we fall.
We never walk alone, you know what I'm saying? Don't think we trying to make this video trying to say, oh, nah, treat criminals good or whatever. We just making this video, hey, give these guys a fair shot, you know what I'm saying? They already got their time. Their punishment should just be their time and time only. Give them a fair shot.
This is awareness.
Give them a fair shot to rehabilitate themselves, man. To get back in society, to do the right thing, you know what I'm saying, whatever they deem right, and really better themselves.
Bruh, this ain't real. This is an experiment.
They couldn't take
and
it.
you see what happened. So
Couldn't
what you
take it.
think's gonna happen? They did the last 6 days. Me and this man spent a third of our lives incarcerated. We are just 2 lucky sons of bees, bruh, because we done overcome and accomplished so much in the time that we've been out. You know what I'm saying? That our getting out and turning up ain't average at all. That's not regular. That's not normal.
I probably know like 50 guys. After 50 guys, I might know 3 or 4 who turned up for real.
Bruh, damn near everybody that was released that we hung out with is back incarcerated.
Or just back on drugs. I know a lot of dudes just on drugs. They ain't making it happen. And it's all psychological, man. It really, it's fucked up. Before we go, man, I would ask you one quick question. For your success after prison, what was the biggest playing part for you, you say? Any advice you have for people to find success after incarceration? Type of question.
So what really honestly made me successful was that I got 2 jobs, bro. And I had to have 2 jobs. I had to have it. One reason was because I needed income that I could save. I wasn't saving enough money off of one job, getting out of prison. I ain't have any skills, construction, no nothing. My end goal was real estate. I needed to get in these houses. So I needed to learn a trade. I didn't have any trade skills, right? I wasn't fortunate to get in a trade school in prison, so I had to learn everything from ground zero. I ended up doing that, getting that other job marketing, so I was doing both, you feel me? And I was able to save bread from one job while I was paying bills on my other job. And saving that other bread was more than enough confidence to say, hey, if I ever need to power up, I know what I can do. I can just get 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Does it suck? Absolutely. But I know my success falls on me and no one else. So having that extra income and seeing how much I could save with a job, because I was in a robbing and selling drugs, you feel me? So being able to see that I can save money through just having a second job, I'm like, okay, even though I gotta work hard for it, I know that if it came down to it, I'd rather be free working hard to financial freedom than out here looking over my shoulder or thinking this person I might sell drugs to finna rob me, or the front door I kick down, they might kill me. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's way more peace of mind working 2 jobs than it is out here constantly committing crimes and stuff.
For me to answer that same question is really two-part, but really coming to one is really role models and my network. You know what I'm saying? People who I actually start looking up to, because in my past, I had to reconstruct all my role models in my head. I used to look up to Lil Boosie, Webby, Gucci Mane, you know, the neighborhood heroes, carrying sticks, selling drugs, kicking doors. I started looking at people like my brother, my sister, my mama, who were successful in different levels and different ways. And then my network, I started really hanging around with guys, pretty much him, you know, my dog Martinez, the guy Jones, who had the same like mine, you know what I'm saying? Try to get to different levels together and push each other. I had to pretty much reconstruct my new normal around me. Instead of trying to be in these streets, because that was my normal, street life, thugging, pistols, hanging, whatever you want to call it, to my new normal is, hey, Let's power up this way. Let's open business. Let's buy real estate. Let's make stuff happen through the stock market. Let's become entrepreneurs. Let's invest. Let's grow like
And
this.
if you don't have a network of people that you can surround yourself with, what I did for my network
Me
was
too.
YouTube
Me too.
influencers.
Kathy Woods videos. I can't get them.
I'm
Robert
watching
Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki videos. I'm listening to E.T. the hip hop preacher for motivation.
Bigger pockets.
I'm bigger pockets on real estate. I'm everything.
Successful fellas. Them boys kind of roll, bro. Them boys rolling. Yeah, I love fucking with them dudes. Those my favorite network guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want. You know what I'm saying? But nah, but real though. Yeah, man. They talking about the Stanford prison experience, man. We got real prison experience, man. Just successful, man.
Realistically though, man, you can get out and succeed. It sucks because if you ain't got a support system, you're gonna have to do it yourself. You're gonna have to find your own network on social media. Don't listen to any BS. I stopped even listening to rap music when I go to the gym. I listen to audiobooks now. 48 Laws of Power. I'm on the 12 Rules or 12 Laws or something by Jordan Peterson. Anything to help better your mind. This is the Atomic Habits, anything that got anything to do with bettering yourself, that's what you need to be consuming yourself with. And whatever your most predominant thought is, you'll create as your reality. And I'm finna sit here and preach about laws of attraction. If you think about it, it'll just magically appear. I'm not finna,
Gotta grind for that.
You attract what you are, and you are what you study. So the more you study entrepreneurship, most likely you're gonna become an entrepreneur.
Man, that was raw as fuck. What's that again? You attract what you are, and you are what you study. That's mine now. I said it first. Whoever said it first one.